Today, I'm gonna show you how to take a scoop of protein powder and turn it into ice cream. Soft serve, insanely creamy, thick ice cream. I'm not talking about some watery milkshake. I am talking about scoopable, thick ice cream. All you have to do is take a scoop of any protein powder you want, and it all starts with the Ninja Creami. I have been obsessed with this thing, this bad boy. I have been eating ice cream every single day. I needed to make another video about this because it is actually life-changing. Like, it is amazing. I don't know where this has been my whole life, but as an ice cream lover, this thing has been perfect for me. You know, with the giant protein ice creams, they just bloat me. I know you could change the xanthan gum ratios and everything and make it less voluminous, but I don't know, they just don't give me that same thick, real deal, actual pint of ice cream texture. And I know this is a lot less volume, but it's so thick, so dense, and so delicious that it is worth it, and it basically takes you just as long to eat. So let's jump into the recipe. All you gotta do is take a scoop of protein powder, add a few things to it. It's very forgiving, so if you have these items, you can add them. If you don't have to, but let's make the recipe. The Ninja Creami goes in the corner that my Ninja used to sit in because it's basically replaced it. And let's get rid of the protein powder because it's gonna come a little later. The first thing we wanna do is put 100 grams of almond milk in here. We're gonna use more later, so don't put this back in your fridge yet, but any nut milk will work, or even real milk will work, depending on how many calories you want in this ice cream, but it's gonna be pretty low calories, so we're using almond milk. Put 100 grams in, and then put it to the side. The next thing you're gonna need are some gums, and so I'm using xanthan gum and guar gum. You can use either one. You don't have to use either if you really don't want to, it's no big deal, but you're gonna need such a small amount of this that it is basically the tiniest pinch you've ever seen in your life. For protein ice cream, you might use 1 to 3 grams. Some of you guys like to get a little crazy and use more than that, but I mean, I would die, but you can barely see how much I have on the spoon because it is so little. Think about this as garlic powder, and you don't want any garlic taste, but you're forced to put it in. So put a tiny amount. Your scale won't even pick it up. And that's why I can't even tell you a gram amount because it is so small. It's less than 0.5 of a gram. And the same thing with guar gum. Take the tiniest amount and put it in. I didn't know this, but guar gum comes from a bean. Like, it's an actual bean that turns into guar gum. So I guess it's the same as how kidney beans make kidneys. So guar gum beans make guar gum. But the reason we used 100 grams of almond milk is it is really hard to dissolve gums like xanthan gum and guar gum if you don't have a fat source, and especially if there's a lot of liquid, it's really, really hard to dissolve. So we're not dissolving it in oil, so it's gonna be a little hard to dissolve anyway. You wanna put a little tiny amount of almond milk, 100 grams, put a small pinch in, and then use one of these coffee frothers to just get in there and whip it up. All you gotta do this for is like 10 seconds. That's all it takes, and it gets a little bit frothy, and we're done. If you try to do that with a spoon, it's gonna take you a lot longer, but if you're in for an arm pump, might as well get a workout in. The next thing we wanna do is stir in 1 scoop of protein powder. So I am using Gold Standard Optimum Nutrition Chocolate Peanut Butter Whey. So I know I use my protein a lot because it's just so much more affordable and they have so many flavors, but the thing is, they don't have a peanut butter flavor. At least they don't in America. And I'm a peanut butter lover by heart. I was born a peanut butter lover, and I will always be a peanut butter lover. And so I had to get some chocolate peanut butter whey from Optimum Nutrition. This flavor is pretty solid. I like it. If you have any peanut butter flavor protein powder recommendations, drop them down below. I would love to know. Also, another hack, some of your favorite chocolate peanut butter protein powder brands, it's just gonna be chocolate protein powder with some PB2 or powdered peanut butter in it. So just look at the ingredients. If you see powdered peanut butter, well, you could just make that yourself as a budget version. Just get any chocolate protein powder you want and take a little bit of PB2, PB powder, put it in, mix it up, and you have yourself some chocolate peanut butter protein powder, but you made it yourself. So take a scoop of protein powder and just put it right in here. I use 25 grams. But you can use a little bit more, you can use a little bit less. And since you have your coffee frother ready, mix this all in. If you want an easy way of doing it, use your coffee frother again. But if you don't want to use the coffee frother, put the lid on and just shake the life out of it, just like you would shake a protein shake. Put in 5 grams of vanilla extract. I just like that vanilla flavor in ice cream, and I think this just adds to the flavor. Second thing we're gonna do is put a pinch of salt in. Remember, salt is good for the gym pumps, and you're already having protein powder, so you probably want salt anyway. Blood pressure, sorry. And to add some more flavor to this, get any coffee syrup you want. I have peanut butter cup flavors here. The difference between these is this is peanut butter cup and this is also peanut butter cup, except this is 10 calories per 1 fluid ounce or 30 milliliters, and this is 0 calories. This one has a bit of MCT oil in it, and that's why it's 10 calories, and this just doesn't have that, so it's 0 calories. They're both a bunch of artificial stuff anyway, but this is sweetened with stevia, and I like stevia a bit more than other artificial sweeteners, so I'm gonna choose to use this, but you can use any coffee syrup you want. Just pick one. Any flavor, it does not matter. Some other coffee syrup flavors that I really like to use in these ice creams are salted dark chocolate espresso and maple donut, this fall vibes and this chocolate vibes. And we're gonna need 30 grams. This is also gonna add sweetness to this, and we want our ice cream sweet, right? And if you don't have coffee syrup, it is no big deal. Use a bit more almond milk, use any sweetener you want, and use any extract you want for the flavor. But next up is another syrup, and this one's my favorite. Sugar-free maple. This stuff is drinkable, but it is also pourable in ice cream. 60 grams of this is going in. The reason I like to put in sugar-free maple syrup in here is because it adds a lot of flavor. I know it's mainly water and that's why it's so low calorie, but it doesn't freeze the same as water, and so it makes this whole thing less icy. 4 tablespoons of this stuff, 60 grams, it's 10 calories, and that's all you need. And then all you gotta do is fill the rest of it up with almond milk. Just keep pouring until it reaches that max fill line. You basically have to add around 250 more grams of almond milk, so 350 total. All that's left is just give this whole thing a mix, and then the last thing you need to do is give it a taste. Ooh, that is good, but does it need more salt? Add a little bit more salt in. Does it need more flavor? Add some extract in there. Does it need more sweetness? This needs to taste a little extra too sweet right now, because when it's ice cream, it's gonna be the absolute perfect sweetness. When things are at room temperature, they taste sweeter than when they're cold, and so that's why ice cream has more sugar than you would think, because when it's cold, it's just not gonna taste as sweet. So make sure this tastes a bit too sweet. If you need this to taste a bit sweeter, put some artificial sweetener packets in here, or regular sugar if you just don't care about calories, but I think you do, because, I mean, your protein powder already has artificial sweetener in it. I could actually drink this, and you know me, caught me slipping there for a second. I don't drink protein shakes. And remember, this needs to freeze for 24 hours, so take this and toss it in your freezer. But guess what? Right here, your boy thought ahead, or I just fast forward time and I just time travel to the future. You tell me which one. Did I make this last night, or did I just time travel to the future? But we have some ice cream to eat. There's gonna be a ball in the middle, watch. You see that? For some reason, you freeze it flat and then it domes. I don't understand why. It is frozen solid. First thing is get your lock and load container. Then you got your lid and you got your blade. So the blade looks like this. It's not very sharp, but all you gotta do is there's a hole in the middle. You just put it in there. This blade goes up and down throughout the whole ice cream. And so that blade is traveling all the way down, all the way up, and getting this whole thing from protein shake, a frozen solid block of ice protein shake, into creamy ice cream. So all that's left is take this, put it in the machine, and don't hit ice cream. There are a few different functions. There's ice cream, there's light ice cream, there's sorbet. And the reason we want to use sorbet is because that thing is a block of ice. And sorbets are typically the most icy out of ice cream, light ice cream, and sorbet. Oh, by the way, this is Silent Ninja, so it doesn't make any sound, just like my other blender. But I'm gonna hit sorbet and I'll see you in a bit. Let's take a look. You see this? It's crumbly and it's icy and it's just not ice cream consistency yet. This is where we have a few magical things we need to do. All that's in here is protein powder and almond milk and a few other stuff, but that means the water content is really, really high, because, I mean, what is almond milk? You just take an almond, squeeze the water out of it, and then you get almond milk. But what we want to do to make this less icy is first go to your sink and put the water on the highest temperature possible. There's a thin layer of ice that goes around this whole container, and basically we want to melt that thin layer of ice first. So this is what you do. Just stand here, let the water hit the Ninja Creami container, and just circle it like that, back and forth, just to get the outside nice and warm. If you have pasta boiling by any chance, just stick this whole thing in there. Don't do that, it's gonna melt. And once the outside has been warmed up, take a butter knife and just go around the edges. there's a layer of ice around the edges and you're just getting it off the edge and into the ice cream so that the creamy can actually blend it up and turn it into ice cream. So you can hear the sound. You heard that sound? And once you've scraped down the entire container, hit that respin button. And now that that is done respinning, let's take another look. The consistency is so much better. It's scoopable. If you want to turn this next level, all you need to do is repeat the process one last time. Just go around, put the lid back on, and give it one more respin. And when that other respin is done, sorry the camera wasn't in focus, I am so frustrated, but we're back now. Do you see that? Like, do you see that consistency? Do you see that peak? Remember when we whip egg whites? The stiff peaks? That is a stiff peak. Oh my God. Take a scoop of protein powder, add some almond milk, add some things to make it a little bit sweeter so it turns into ice cream. This is thick, dense, soft serve ice cream. It's literally like Wendy's. I mean, a Wendy's Frosty and this are so comparable. If you just scoop that. Oh my God, I love ice cream. I'm so cold right now. I need to go get a hoodie. If you're someone who drinks protein shakes, imagine just having a bunch of these pints in your freezer ready. And anytime you come back from the gym or before you go to the gym or any time of the day, when you want a protein shake, just make an actual protein ice cream, which is just 50 more calories than a protein shake because you just added some almond milk. I am sorry guys, I had to use the big tub of protein powder for the thumbnail because I know it's a different flavor and it's not the one I use in this recipe, but it's bigger and the bigger the better. Not always. I don't want it to be always, but the combo is coffee and ice cream. You like caffeine? You like protein? Now you have both, this and this. What did I say when I said scoopable? I meant scoopable. I'm not sponsored by Ninja. I'm just a boy who likes protein and who likes ice cream, and this lets me have both in one bite. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know your favorite flavor of protein powder and your favorite flavor of ice cream down below. What? That is a tongue twister. Favorite flavor. Say that 5 times fast. Favorite flavor, favorite flavor. I made it 1.5 times. How many times will you make it? Let me know. But thank you so much for watching this video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new, and I will see you in the next video.